Imagine a land where time flows like a great, slow-moving river, carving its way through millennia. Its history not a series of isolated events, but a continuous, unbroken thread, stretching back into the silences of antiquity. A story that begins not with kings and emperors, but along the fertile banks of two great rivers, the Yellow River and the Yangtze, where the rich, loess soil gave birth to the first sprouts of Chinese civilization, the Xia and the Shang dynasties, who cast intricate bronzes and sought wisdom in oracle bones. From this foundational mist emerged the Zhou dynasty, who introduced the concept of the mandate of heaven, the divine right to rule that would justify emperors for 3,000 years, a period that dissolved into the philosophical ferment of the warring states, a time of chaos but also of incredible intellectual awakening, giving birth to the enduring pillars of Chinese thought, the harmonious ethics of Confucius, the natural flow of Taoism taught by Laozi, and the strict orderly structure of legalism. And it was from this crucible of conflict that the first true unification arose under the stern, unforgiving hand of Qin Shi Huang, who in 221 BC welded the warring kingdoms into a single empire, standardizing script and currency, and connecting the old walls into the first great spine of the Great Wall, a project of immense will. His harsh dynasty was short-lived, soon giving way to the long and glorious Han Dynasty, a golden age that expanded the empire, solidified the Confucian state, and sent envoys like Zheng He west along the threads of what would become the Silk Road, a web of trade and culture that connected the East to the Roman world. But all golden ages wane, and the Han too dissolved, leading to the long, somber period of disunity. Centuries of fragmentation where Buddhism flowed into China along those same silk routes, offering solace and a new spiritual dimension to a fractured land. From this division rose the brief but culturally brilliant Sui, who reunited China and dug the Grand Canal, a watery artery for the empire, a project that paved the way for the magnificent Tang Dynasty, a cosmopolitan peak where Chang'an became the largest city on earth, a beacon of poetry, art, and unparalleled openness to the world. The Tang's splendor faded into the more introspective but economically revolutionary Song Dynasty, an era of refined gentility, of landscape painting, and of technological marvels like gunpowder and movable type, a time of incredible prosperity before the shock of the Mongol conquest, when Kublai Khan established the Yuan dynasty, incorporating China into a vast Eurasian empire. But the Mongol yoke was thrown off by the native Ming, who reasserted Chinese authority and built the Forbidden City, a silent, ordered world within walls, and sent vast treasure fleets under Admiral Zheng He across the Indian Ocean, voyages of exploration that were, in time, abandoned, turning the empire inward. The Ming in their decline fell to the Manchu, who established the last imperial dynasty, the Qing, who presided over a long, final chapter of classical civilization, a sprawling, prosperous empire that would, in the 19th century, find itself unable to resist the relentless pressure and opium of the West, leading to a century of humiliation, of internal rebellion and external encroachment. A downward spiral that culminated in the fall of the last emperor in 1912, ending over 2,000 years of imperial rule. The 20th century was a torrent of revolution, civil war, and rebirth, a tumultuous journey from empire to republic, through war and transformation, eventually leading to the modern nation we see today. And as you drift to sleep, picture that unending river of history flowing from the ancient yellow earth, through the ages of philosophers and emperors, poets and rebels, a continuous slow-moving current of human experience, its sounds and stories, now fading into the gentle rhythmic silence of the night, a deep and timeless peace.